What's up, bros, non-bros, and pros? Kunal Desai here. We finally got our oversold bounce. It was a decent one. You know, we gapped up and then we pulled all the way back. We had a little fake red to green to red, and then, dude, it was off. I mean, it was off to the races after that. You know, the market itself, you know, you could see like what ended up happening. Like the gap fitted off as it has been doing, right, for the last 6-7 days. Trapped in the shorts, and then you had this really nice ramp. At one point, we were up about 1.6%. Price action was good. You know, there was some different plays happening. Bitcoin miners were running a little bit. You had some overall look, and then we faded off a little bit into the close, but I wouldn't read too much into that. You know, so far the market is still oversold, and I think we still have some more room to go. We'll see. Hopefully we get a weak open tomorrow, and we can go red to green. You got a decent spike on a SPY too. Holy crap. I mean, give it congrats, to Levi in our chat room, dude. First thing in the morning, he prepares everybody. You know, he prepares everybody for what to do, and he just tells everybody exactly what the game plan is in the morning. You know, he loaded the boat on these SPY calls on the opening dip, and, you know, he went out. He doesn't do 0DT. He went out till Friday, and dude, what a crusher, right? And so kudos to having the stones. He had planned that thing on the morning, and when it finally dipped, he started loading in and took it to town, and that was an awesome trade. So today's video, guys, we're going to go into the market indices. Let's take a look, and then we'll go into the watch list. We're going to keep it short and simple because I do think that we still are in a period of volatility, and we do have to be defensive as we go through this. So the QQQs, I do think we got a little oversold bounce brewing. We're still at a 10 stochastics. The volume was super light today. I wouldn't read too much into the market bouncing today beyond, hey, we're in an oversold market, and, you know, that's kind of the nature of things. Beyond that, though, like, what happens tomorrow, right? The next day. It's just one day doesn't make a trend. And so that's where we got to be careful on it. You know, the IWM had a really nice run. It was up about 1.6%. Also, it ran into the 90 EMA and kind of shoved off. But this is also, you know, starting to turn a little bit. I was hoping for that 200-day moving average test, but we did not get it. What can you do? Let's get into the watch list because there are some goodies that are happening. It's earnings season, so there's a lot of earnings and news plays. You know, but first let's talk about these crypto miners. You know, Riot took the cake today, 60 million shares in volume. It's been left for dead. You know, this one is the least levered out of the crypto miners, and that's why it doesn't move as well. But, dude, you can't argue with this kind of big push here. ORB, pull back to the VWAP. Like, that's what you really want to see on these. MSTR, dude, I hate the spread on this, but the range you just can't deny. You know, it trades a little bit like SMCI, right? That you get that 100 points. Man, 132 points ATR is pretty damn big. It's got a good look to it. Let's hope for a weak open on this. We can red to green it. I got FTEL here. This is a little bit for just, you know, I won't trade this, but for those of you guys that like these kind of cheaper names, you got a $9 breakout on this thing. Chinese stocks, you know, that's a forgotten about kind of sector here, but we had some sick range in PDD. We had BABA, and then we had SE, which had an upgrade to 70 from Bank of America today. C shares rise after Bank of America upgrade. You know, you got a breakout kind of in the works on this. I would keep those three on your watch list. It's good to have them because it'll get you away from kind of looking at your traditional, right, tech stocks all day, trying to squeeze out, right, tilt your eyes and squeeze out some type of breakout. These things had nice range today and really good liquidity. JetBlue, guys, look at UAL here. United Airlines is the biggest piece of shit airlines in the history of the world, and JetBlue is looking hot to trot to follow. Loving this one. You know, a little bit of a cheapie, but you've got action on it. You know, it even trades options. So, you know, you could even get a little bit extra juice on it if you want. Delta's got a sweet spot right here, too. Both of these got nice flat top breakouts setting up on these. You can use the options to put a little cock stamina in these things and get them going, and then we'll see what's up on them. Now, beyond these airlines here, you know, I would consider, you know, if we need shorts, this is an inside day, right? So if we need a short for tomorrow, like if, say, the market rolls over, we've got certifiable ranges here on an inside day setup. Pretty light bounce. Like this thing drops $100, like you bounce $30, that's not much. If we need a short, I think we got a few more days that the market could run, but you know what? I've been wrong before. Happens all the time, right? We're day traders. It don't really matter if we're wrong. We switch it on a moment's dot anyways. Hood. Nice, easy, happy-go-lucky pullback to the 50-day moving average. This thing has got still a little bit of sauciness if it can come out of this, come out of this trend line. First, a break over the 9 EMA is a must in these last 4 or 5 days of range. Then it'll play catch up. I think this could run with the cryptos. If you start to see Coin running, you start to see Mara running, you start to see Riot running, then we've got ourselves some good fun over there. We talked about DAL. And I'm going to add a couple shorts here. So what I want for the short side, even if the market is up, we've got a handful of these earnings plays, the stocks that bombed on earnings and that are starting to consolidate. I'm interested in them if it looks like they're going to break those earnings lows. So I've got LVS, I got ADSK, and I've got JBHT. All of these are showing a little bit of bear flag lifestyle. I think those are pretty good. Out of the strong names, this Coupang, dude, this thing has got some juice on it. And you can see, there were some buyers on this right here at the 23 spot on the option. Somebody was taking some contracts on it. Now, it's not a lot of dollar volume, right? At 30,000 contracts at 20 cents or whatever is in the morning. Ain't that much money, but hey, this has got a good look to it. I've got a couple of these oil names on watch too. I got VLO, and MPC. I got to put MPC on the list. I ideally like for these to test the 50-day moving average, but you never get what you want. If we get a little rounding and remount, I think that these are going to be A-okay too. So we could definitely roll with any of these, and we'll see kind of what's going on. Dude, this is some good stuff I think we're going to have for tomorrow, guys. You know what? SMCI also, right? Pretty light day. If we need a short like that one, we can take down too. Whew. Now, you can see JBHT, bear flag, and Microsoft had no bounce today, but still holding this 400 level, watching this bad boy. Now, there's a couple earnings bombs that I want you to be mindful of, which is, CLF shit its bet on earnings, about 2%. CDNS, if it hangs out under the 200-day moving average, and then old Nucor too, right down about 6%. You got a handful of these. I wouldn't grade any of these as A-plus setups due to the location. I like my earnings gap downs to be clean. These are this one's fairly clean, but I think these two are maybe a little bit too into support. So I'll watch and see if it holds, how it reacts around that that 200-day moving average. This Calix, I think, is clean. You've got a bear trender and a bear flag and the gap down. I think you're going to have good spots on these that you can shred with. Guys, let me just say that this market is not out of the woods yet. It is very common in bull markets to pull back 5, 6, 7%. But the big hairy Indian but is that we are not out of the woods just because you have one gap up day and you go sideways for most of it. You need a series of things to heal. And frankly, a lot of these charts are going to need a lot of time to heal. Like if you're thinking NVIDIA is a good buy based on this chart, then you need to study up your charts, right? Because this has got, this has got a lot of stuff, weak. All the MAs are turning down. This is a longer term pullback. One day doesn't make anything. Like if you think it's just going to pop up and tomorrow and break this 850 and get back to highs, it ain't work like that. So you got to be careful. We've got other things we got to do. So guys, let's have some fun tomorrow. I'll see everybody in the chat room. God bless you all. Peace in the Middle East.